Hey, no, I'm Tone Bot, no, I'm Tone Bot, no, I'm Tone Bot. We back, Ratchet Gang. We back with another one. We back with another banger. Let's get the likes up. Look, you might have forgot. Hell, they might have forgot. But you already know. It's the king. Too loyal, no, I'm Tone Bot, Ratchet TV. Hey, y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. Get the likes up if you in the building. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell so you can get the drop whenever I drop. So boom. Man. We gotta talk, Ratchet Gang. We gotta chop it up. Look, right about now, we gotta get back into that Ashlee Janae situation. I told y'all I was gonna give y'all a part two. So we're doing a few series of events over here. I'm not sure how long this one will be as far as the series, but we definitely will cover it as much as we're getting new information. So there's allegedly some new information coming out in this Ashlee Janae situation, allegedly, and everything I say is alleged, and it's all under the Fair Use Act. And you can see the fair use disclaimer in the description of this video and in the description of all my videos. This is just for entertainment and educational purposes only. This is just to educate my people on what we've been covering over here. Like I said, it's all under the Fair Use Act, and you can see the fair use disclaimer in the description of this video. And everything I say is alleged. Allegedly. And the last time I did that Ashlee Janae situation, my computer was acting crazy. So I was like frozen and stuff on some parts. It was weird. But anyway, let's get back into this story, man. The fiance, obviously very suspect. The fiance is giving off very weird, creepy vibes. I forgot I had my damn sweater on my damn. All right. He's giving weird, creepy vibes, almost like this was a part of him. Because I heard, Quiet as kept there saying he was a Mason. Now, what does it have to do? I don't know what it has to do with nothing. There's this information coming out. They say he was a Mason, and he might have been up to for that 33rd degree ritual acro ice. Fill in the blanks. He might have been in for the itual acra ice. I don't know what he got going on, man. I just know that this dude is definitely giving off suspect vibes. It's definitely looking like he took her to Tanzania because I believe this is just my opinion. I believe that you already knew Tanzania was corrupt already. The police are corrupt out there. They can be bought allegedly. So there's a lot of the higher ups out there in Tanzania are all willing to take paydays, and you are allegedly had up of $100 million. I'm not really sure. I've heard a lot of different figures, but I've heard you could possibly have as much up to as much as about $100 million net worth. But I heard about 300 million. In some cases, I heard up to 400 million. I don't know, but I heard 50 million. I heard 100 million, 200 million, 400 million. I don't know how, but that's a lot of millions. Even 50 is a lot. So you know what I'm saying? Give me 50 M's right now. Needs that. But no, I'm just saying. He definitely got money. So if you got 50 M's in Tanzania, if you got 400 M's and you out there in Tanzania, what is $100,000? You know what I'm saying? 200,000. You know what I'm saying? 500,000, a milli. Yeah, you can spend that. So it's looking like that this is a part of what he planned, strategically planned to get her out of the country. Because what I heard, they've been fighting. This ain't something that was new. They said that they've been fighting. He was cheating while he was already out here. He was trying to fake make it up with her. Oh, let's go to Tanzania. Let's go out here. Whoopty whoopty whoop. We gonna make it all right. Meanwhile, he went out to Tanzania and he was smashing the local women out there. Allegedly, they say he was out there. She caught him a few times out there, leaving at night, not coming home to the villa they was at. Whatever. This dude was out there cracking. He was out there cracking while he was, and then he proposed to her while he was out there. But they've been fighting the whole time they was out there too. Allegedly, I don't know what the hell is going on in this situation, but it's starting to look like the family might have gotten paid off too. I'm just being honest with y'all. So from some of the things that I've been watching, some of the things that I've been paying attention to, that family looks suspect. the fiance looks suspect, and it's giving me like Shanquella Robinson vibes. That's really what it is, like giving me that Shanquella Robinson feel. I don't know. Maybe I could be tripping. Maybe I'm tripping, but it's kind of giving me Shanquella Robinson vibes, but on a different scale, on a higher end scale. It's giving me Shanquella vibes on a higher scale. I don't know if that makes sense to what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Does it make sense to y'all? Let me know in the chat. So before we get started on this show, let me tell y'all, man. Come on. When I do these videos, moderators encourage people to, like the video, encourage people to share the video, encourage people to subscribe to the channel, encourage people to send a super chat or a super sticker if that's what they choose to do while I'm on here. You can still send a donation while I'm not live. So yeah, let's just get that started by saying that. And also, when this video ends, it's not nowhere near over. I'm just saying, when it does end, or maybe you could do it right now, I'm not sure, but I believe you got to wait till it ends. Hit that hype button, HYPE, hype me up. Hype me up. You know what I'm saying? Like once this video ends, I need to see the hypes go up. So, or if you want to wait for the Kanika video tonight, because there's also a Kanika video that's going to drop tonight too, as well. So just hype the video up, or any of my videos. Just start using your hype points to hype these videos up. And yeah, I encourage y'all to go ahead and hype my videos up. Please and thank you. If anything, that's all. I just encourage y'all to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, hype the video up when it ends. So salute to everybody in the building. We're about to get started on this story. I want to know from y'all though, before we get started, what do y'all think? Do y'all think he set her up? Do y'all think that, or do you think that this was just her doing it to herself? They said that this was a eye. They said that she took herself out the game and she just couldn't take it no more. But everybody around her says, that wouldn't happen. She would not do that to herself. There's no way that she goes out and goes to Tanzania just to take herself out. She could have did that at home. But you never know what people are going through mentally. You got to check on people mentally. You never know what people are going through mentally. So I don't know, man. We're gonna get started on this story. It's an unfortunate story, and rest in peace to Ashlee Janae. And we may never find out exactly what happened to her, but while we are here, all we can do is try. Try to get her justice and try to get the people who love her some answers. So, with that being said, let's get started.
Ashley, she's no longer here with us, and
You've probably seen the story about how Ashlee Janae was found dead in a Tanzania hotel, and her fiancé, Joe McCann, is claiming that she took her own life. However, the family is already on the FBI's neck to get to it, because they don't trust that the Tanzanian authorities will give this case the attention it needs. But honey, the authorities have already picked up on things that allegedly lead directly to the fiancé. Number one is the fierce look that this man was giving Ashlee. Baby, anyone who is saying it was romantic should reconsider their dating life. For real. The other thing is the alleged double strangulation marks. Why were there 2 marks on Ashlee's neck if she's the one who took herself out? Number 3 is that Joe had, allegedly, secretly purchased a large insurance policy for Ashlee, with himself as the beneficiary. So, was the proposal merely insurance fraud? Using her life to cover financial losses? There's also the fact that he didn't notify Ashlee's family until 11 hours passed, and continued updating social media as usual as if nothing had happened. Baby, it's giving this man unalived Ashlee on that trip, and I'm gonna break down everything that suggests her fiancé planned the entire thing. First, let's talk about the vibe of...
What do y'all think about that, dude? So is that making sense? All this weird stuff, you on social media but not hitting up the family. You're updating social media, you're not talking to the family. You waited 11 hours. If something happened to somebody around me and I knew exactly how to get in touch with their parents, the first thing I'm gonna do after I call the police or the paramedics or whatever, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call 911. Something on with somebody around me, I'm calling 911, and I'm definitely reporting it. Hurry the hell up, get over here. We have an emergency. The very next thing I'm gonna do, if I know any way to get in contact with anybody who knows you, is that's the second thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get up there and get on my phone, call the cops, call somebody who knows you, and tell them like, hey, we finna go to the ambulance. I'm not sure where they're taking us, but as soon as I find out an update, I will let y'all know. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Let's continue to get on into Mr. McCain.
the trip. Ashlee was out in Zanzibar at this super luxury wildlife resort for her 31st birthday. On April 5th, her boyfriend, Joe McCann, gets down on one knee while they're literally walking with wild animals. She even posted this beautiful post saying, "If this is a dream, no one wake me up." She was happy, glowing, excited. Then, exactly 7 days later, she's gone, and Joe tells the local police she roped herself in their room. But here's the thing, her family and her best friends, like Savannah Britt, were screaming from the rooftops that Ashlee would never do that to herself, and that Joe is responsible for her death. For instance, can we talk about that look this man gave Ashlee a few times? Because romantic is definitely not the word I would use. In all those engagement photos and videos and pics from the past, Ashlee looks like she's on cloud 9 and totally in the moment. But Joe, his face is so stiff and his eyes are just cold. If a man looked at me like that, I wouldn't be blushing. I'd be looking for the nearest exit. Well, from the comments on Ashlee's social media, there were people who clocked that Joe is a dangerous man, and someone even said in one of the posts, "Please don't chop her up and put her in a wall." Ashlee responded, "I don't get chopped, just screwed." Someone else also said about 20 weeks ago, "He gonna unalive you." And yet another person was like, "He is going to harm you. Get out."
So that's crazy that people on social media were literally telling this girl, "Get the fuck away from him. That dude is fixing to do something to you." Why would people on social media, please don't chop her up and put her in a suitcase? What? Why would people be saying this to you? Don't chop her up. He's gonna unalive you. Get away from him. That man is gonna harm you. She's like, "I don't get chopped. I just get screwed." Well, you see what he did to you. He hung your ass off of a door and blamed it on you. So y'all gotta, I don't know, man. If I was dating somebody and the comment section was lighting up like, "Bro, that chick is finna kill you. You might want to get away from her, but that girl is gonna do something to you." If everybody starts saying some weird shit like that, I'd definitely be looking into it. Like, hold on, what the fuck, what you got going on? Let me see your phone real quick.
"Please don't chop her up and put her in a wall." Ashlee responded, "I don't get chopped, just screwed." Someone else also said about 20 weeks ago, "He gonna unalive you." And yet another person was like, "He is going to harm you. Get out." I mean, this alone is creepy as hell, because how was she not seeing something people clocked through the screen? And when we piece together that this man was literally going broke, everything just kinda adds up. See, Joe runs a big crypto fund called Asymmetric, but word on the street is that the fund basically crashed, and we're talking about an 80% loss in 2020.
Man, I'm talking about, bruh. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I just know it's loose. I don't know what it is. I just know it's loose. And that is crazy work. Let's get into this story, man. Hold on. We're not done. We're not done at all. Let's continue.
Millions and millions of dollars just gone. The fund was built to profit off big market swings. But as the crypto market stabilized in 2025, the strategy stopped working and the fund bled out. Actually, high-profile investors were furious, and one well-known figure at Big Brain SOL publicly stated he would never invest in such funds again after his portfolio shrank by nearly 80% under McCann's management. Now, almost immediately after the fund crashed, McCann announced a new plan to raise $1.5 billion for a company called Accelerate. He was essentially trying to fail upward by launching a massive new venture while his previous investors were still reeling from their losses. And here's where Ashlee comes in. If McCann was struggling to fund his new $1.5 billion project, or owed money to powerful people after the 80% loss, a massive life insurance payout would be a quick way to get liquid cash. So the assumption is that Joe's plan was to take out a policy, propose in a high-visibility way to prove the relationship was perfect, and then have a tragedy occur in a foreign country with different legal standards. That is like the perfect plot. And people think that he thought that committing this crime in Tanzania would not attract this much attention, and it's just backfiring on him because everyone is on his case. Honestly, for me, the alleged physical details are the scariest part, because some reports mention double marks on Ashlee's neck. In a normal scenario, you usually see one specific mark, but if there are two, it could mean someone tried to choke her first and then tried to make it look like something else happened. And they say this happened 96 hours after the proposal. You're telling me she was glowing on camera with lions one day, and then a few days later, she's struggling so much that she takes herself out? It sounds way more like she was fighting for her life, and a struggle would explain why things looked messy. If someone, in this case Joe, was trying to make it look like she offed herself, he clearly didn't do a very good job if even the internet can spot the inconsistencies. And to make matters worse, instead of mourning, people noticed Joe was still posting about AI and crypto on X. If you just lost your fiancé, fiancé? Is your first thought really your social media aesthetic? And I suspect that he was also the one deleting posts from Ashlee's account, because her followers mentioned that many of them from their time together are gone from her socials. Now, the other thing people are pointing out is that Joe probably suggested they go to Zanzibar because he knows how corrupt things are there. If you're a millionaire like Joe McCann, being in a place where the local systems are known for having flexibility is definitely a strategic move. People are pointing out that in Zanzibar, money talks, and if you're a high-flying crypto guy, you don't even need a lot to throw around. The sad truth is that in places where the legal system is struggling, a wealthy foreigner can sometimes influence the narrative. In fact, people are questioning if the initial story was just an easy way for local authorities to close the case and keep the tourism image clean. I mean, this is what they said in their statement. Police in Zanzibar have confirmed that self-unaliving was the cause of death of the 31-year-old American lifestyle influencer Ashlee Robinson, better known online as Ashlee Janae. The influencer died while on holiday with her fiancé in Tanzania, and initial reports had suggested foul play. However, the police commander Benedict told a citizen after news of Ashlee Janae went viral across global social media platforms, they have ruled out foul play in her death. He said the incident occurred on Thursday, April 9th, 2026, when the
So I think the play is very obvious at this point. He took some of his big crypto money and he ran the play. I mean, that's it. That's just what it is. He took his money and he got away with it. And I don't think that we possibly could see justice. I mean, we could probably find out what he did and pin it on him, but I don't think they're gonna open this case back up to do anything about it. They said this is done. She did it to herself, and that's it.
woman is said to have blanked herself using a piece of cloth from her dress inside a wardrobe. The regional police chief said the couple had been staying together, but later had a disagreement, prompting hotel management to separate them into different rooms. She was still alive when the matter was reported to the police. She was rescued and taken to the hospital. However, she passed away the following day, Friday, April 10th. Basically, the authorities there have concluded that there was no foul play, which is ridiculous considering the things that have come up. And as if this isn't suspicious enough, there are even claims that Joe waited 11 hours to tell Ashlee's family she was in the hospital. Think about it. During that time, what was happening? Was he making calls? Was he talking to the right people to make sure the story stayed on his side?
Told me that Ashlee did something to herself and that she was being taken to the hospital. I said, what happened when? And he told me it had been 11 hours prior.
Hours later, the luxury resort the couple was staying at called saying that Ashlee passed away. According to the hospitals,
This is exactly why Ashlee's family is not playing around. In fact, with everything that has happened, they are publicly pushing for the FBI to take over the case. They know that a local investigation in Zanzibar might not be enough to get the real truth, especially if there's money involved. They want American investigators to look at the forensics, the insurance policies, and Joe's digital footprint. And that is what might be happening very soon, with some reports saying that a private investigator has already been hired. Something is clearly being drugged under the rug, and I'm honestly dying to know your opinion on this. What do you think happened? In your opinion, did Joe plan and actualize the death? What do you think was the motive here?
I can't lie to y'all. That dude looks suspect as hell. I can't lie. Like he looks like he did it. And the evidence that I'm gonna present to y'all and throughout this episode and just show y'all all the shit that I'm showing you is gonna be more of the same. Like I don't think anybody's in disagreement in the crowd. What do y'all think? Drop the gems if you think that he definitely set this whole play up. Drop the caps if you're like, nah, man, she did it to herself. Let me know in the chat. Did he set this up or did he not? Let me know in the chat.
He did it. End of the story. Ah! Sometimes we need to just stick to our own race. I'm with Carly B on this one. I'm with Carly B.
What's Carly B?
I've been seeing too many
I'm trying to figure out who the hell Carly B is. Who is Carly?
stories. I've been seeing too much going around about this situation. So let's talk about it. He did it. End of the story. I saw a video where she was supposedly, I guess, screaming and hollering or whatever. He was taking her down, beat, all through there. Let me get serious. Listen, she's a black, beautiful woman. I really, really hope that she didn't off herself, because I believe there's a place for there where you going for that. But let me get back on topic. I do believe that this man has something to do with it. Why did they go from one hotel to the next? Why did the people next to them complain about the noise and all that? Like, it just don't sound right. It don't look right. It don't sound right. The family want answers, and the only person that can get them answers is this man right here. Where is this man? Everybody need to be questioning this man. Somebody need to put him in a dark room with a couple of her cousins, uncles, and brothers. And I bet we get to the bottom of it. Oh, I was told that the girl don't even like black men, and how she was bashing black men, and how everybody like, oh, so what? She got what she deserved by dating her outside her race. Like, that's crazy work, y'all. It's also sad because they said when the hotel person found her, she was still breathing. So when they cut her down, took her to the hospital, you know, they took her from one hospital to the next, and then she had passed away. Rest in peace to this beautiful black girl. I really hate to even be talking about something like this, because I felt like this could have been prevented. But again, y'all, don't be dating outside y'all race. Let me stop. It could have happened whether it was black on black, white on white. It could have happened. I just pray that we do find answers. We get answers, because justice needs to be done if this girl did not take her life. Okay, let's just keep that clear. Prayers up to the families and her loved ones. And yeah, this is a sad day for us black people. Rest in peace, beautiful girl.
Yeah, rest in peace to her. But I think most people, she might be trying to act like she's joking, but she's probably serious. You know, people want to blame it on just the race, man. I mean, it could happen anyway. I think that most people just are crazy as hell these days anyway. So I mean, it probably could have happened. I mean, not probably. It definitely could happen no matter what race you were dating, because there's some crazy motherfuckers in every race. So
So
just
they
keep it a
have
buck.
released more details about the death of 31-year-old Ashlee Janae, that unfortunately was unalived and or self-unalived herself over there in Tanzania, everybody. But it does seem like this situation is getting kind of shaky to me, to where I'm leaning towards there was some foul play in this situation. And I believe that the police are starting to believe that there may be foul play into this situation. Let's go over these updates. It says the CEO and crypto hedge fund manager is facing questions in Tanzania following the death of his 31-year-old Portland-based fiancé, lifestyle influencer Ashlee Janae. Tanzania police say they have seized the passport for asymmetric financial founder Joe McCann pending the results of an autopsy, adding that venture capitalist continues to be questioned, according to the statement issued on Tuesday morning. They said that Joe McCann previously worked as a senior director at Microsoft. According to a company biography, he has described himself as living in Miami, but previously lived in a $1.3 million home in Portland's Northwest Heights neighborhood with his ex-wife. Now, they did say that they got a divorce back in 2024. But even with this information, I truly felt like whatever argument that took place, that is very important. So therefore, they need to check both of their phones, seize both of their phones, try to get whatever information from their phones that they can get. What were they texting about even after they separated them from room to room? Also, they may have even had iPhones. So y'all know sometimes people have the settings on their iPhones where it automatically records the conversation. So I feel like they need to check those voice memos as well. Because you know when you do the recording on the phone, it tends to go over to the notes. They need to check through the notes and such like that and everything to try to see if any of those calls that may have came between the two of them were in there. Check the phone logs and see if they were calling and talking to each other while they was in separate rooms, due to the fact that they did say that after they were separated and such like that, Ashlee Janae was not found until later on that day. So therefore, that leads me to believe that there was plenty of time in between where they could have tried to reconcile and come together, and or something could have ended up happening. I would think that they would have had some type of video footage there and such like that. And somebody did come up with another analogy where they said that they felt like it was one of the resort workers. So somebody that was working there. You never know. Somebody that was working there may have done this or something like that, seeing an opportunity to see that fiance.
Or maybe he paid them to do it. He could have paid somebody to run this play for him. Maybe he didn't do it himself. He didn't probably get his hands dirty, but he possibly paid somebody else to do it.
And fiance was arguing with each other and they ended up having to be separated. Somebody could have saw an opportunity. But at the same time, we cannot automatically just deflect the fact that this could end up being a self-unaliving. It all depends on that argument. It all depends on how emotional Ashlee Janae may have been. The staff did say that they felt like they were worried about her safety and such like that and her well-being, so therefore they did call the authorities. But at the same time, sometimes with funny situations, we all know that lies can be told and such like that. And we all know that this has a lot of power to make decisions and such like that. But since that Tanzania is withholding that passport from Joe McCann, I truly feel like they're doing a thorough investigation in this situation. And I am looking forward to see what other details they come out in this situation, because I'm truly hoping that they get to the bottom of what truly happened to 31-year-old Ashlee Janae. And again, rest in peace to 31-year-old Ashlee Janae, as well as prayers and love to our family, everybody. Continue to send them prayers and love, everybody. If y'all got any more details on the family, make sure y'all go over there and show them some love as well.
Yeah, RIP to her. I don't know. I don't trust nobody in this situation, fam. I don't know. I cover cases like this all the time, and it's always some fugazi stuff somewhere. It's always something in the water. They piss in the water on all these cases. Let's continue.
The story about the young lady, Ashlee Janae, who was unfortunately passed away in Tanzania. I wasn't going to cover the story because I really didn't know a lot about her. I know she was an influencer, and I did find out. I follow a lot of male creators that complain about or just talk about and cover how a lot of black women date YT men, and then they get on the internet and start, dissing black men and comparing black men to white men and saying this, that, and the other. I wish we would not do that. However, this story is really growing legs because it's just very, very suspicious as to how she passed away. The story is the police told her parents and the boyfriend told the parents that she took her own life, which makes no sense because this is a person that was an outward living person, very much on social media, shared her life with everyone, and so far no one has come out and said that due to her social media posts and how she lived, she was under some type of depression or anything like that, because that is what correlates with someone unfortunately doing that. Or the way that they're trying to frame it is like it was in the heat of the moment. I was getting my cold drink, y'all. Now y'all know I ain't supposed to be drinking this. And this is why I can't lose no weight. But back to the scheduled program. Anywho, yeah, things just seem a bit suspicious. It doesn't make sense. And then I know Tariq was pointing out some things based on the fact that they're not necessarily covering the guy that was with her. The media is more or less just covering her and, oh, she was on vacation. Not that she was with this YT man and it was her fiance and there could be some suspicion. They're not even like relating that, but I guess the media is going to do what the media does. But anybody who has any type of logical thinking is going to look at the whole situation for what it is, and it just seems very suspicious. But let's keep talking about this story. Let's get it out there. Let's do our own in-depth investigating on this because it's very unfortunate what happened to her. Whether you agree with her lifestyle and who she was dating or not, I understand this can be a positive thing to bring awareness to. Be careful about who you date and know who you're dating, because I think she was only dating this guy for about a year. I don't know how much she knew about him. And there are some stories speculating that he was married with children. So it's a lot of information that's there. So let's, put our investigative cap on and let's do some research and look in a little bit further into this as a community.
Yeah, we should look. I mean, we should look more into it, but all roads are going to lead back to Mr. McCain, whatever. All roads are going to lead right back to him. So I don't really, like I said, that money is talking. And unless the FBI genuinely wants to solve this, I don't know. They got to be willing to go all the way with him.
Tried not to go down this Ashlee Janae rabbit hole, but none of the information that they're putting out is making sense. And I believe that her so-called fiance knows way more than he's saying he does. Let's start off with the fact that he never told anybody that they had an argument, that they was fussing, that they were staying in separate rooms. So it came out that hotel staff had to separate them and put them in different rooms because they was arguing and fighting. But Joe never said that. Also, it's a couple of other things that just don't sit right with me. So I went down that rabbit hole. It doesn't look like Joe is happy in any of these pictures. And I didn't notice that till I seen a video of a lady breaking down every single picture. And I started to notice it myself. Now, I'm going to say a couple of things without saying them. I just want you to pay attention. You know how we do. I need you to zoom in on Joe's face. Just zoom in. Tell me what you see. As a matter of fact, we're going to go back to this picture right here. Zoom in on Joe's face and tell me what you see. Now, let's remember this. They went out there to celebrate this woman's 31st birthday. And the fact that they were getting engaged. That's a happy moment, right? So what made this woman right here take her life? Shit don't make no sense, right? I go deeper down the rabbit hole and I see a couple of other things. And again, I give this other lady credit because I'm seeing things now that I didn't see before. Look at this picture right here. Tell me what you see. All right, now look again. Tell me what's in this picture that doesn't belong in this picture. You see anything out of the ordinary? Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you. Who are those people standing in that corner right there? Take a good look. Who are these people looking like they went through a time warp, standing in that picture? See, like I said, none of this shit is adding up. Now let's fast forward. Joe said that Ashlee took her own life. Ashlee's family said they don't believe Joe. Ashlee wouldn't have taken her own life. Joe was worth $45 million. Ashlee's family has a GoFundMe up for $50K to bring Ashlee's body home. Joe just went to Tanzania and asked Ashlee to be his wife, fiance. So whatever happened, well, you get it. Mind you, now Tanzanian officials has taken Joe's passport because they think that he needs to answer more questions. I'ma just say this. Ashlee wasn't supposed to lose her life like that. She wasn't supposed to lose her life like that. I'm out.
She definitely was not supposed to lose her life like that. And I hope that somehow, some way they do hold him responsible and he goes to jail for that shit. I really do. I really hope and pray that they definitely get her justice.
Ashlee, she's no longer here with us, and
You've probably seen the story about how Ashlee Janae was found dead in a Tanzania hotel, and her fiancé, Joe McCann, is claiming that she took her own life. However, the family is already on the FBI's neck to get to it because they don't trust that the Tanzanian authorities will give this case the attention it needs.
Again, I play that back just to say that, are they going to be bought off? That's my question. Will the Tanzanian officials be bought off? That's the only question I got. Are they gonna take a payday for this? Are they gonna? Because it's already seeming like somebody at their resort already took a payday. I think the resort is most definitely involved. I think Joe is most definitely involved. And now comes the part of what the police gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard some stories about those corrupt police out there, and they will take money. That's what I heard. They will take some money. Let's continue.
Update. Y'all, it's just after midnight. And I said yesterday, they're going to have new findings tomorrow. And I almost doubted what I felt and what I knew. But right before I closed my eyes, something told me to look, and I did. Right? So I came across a video from Tanzania. It looked like a press release. They were speaking in native language, but captions were on. And he mentioned something about like an exterminator or somebody that was going from villa to villa doing some type of service. She asked them for a charger. They gave her a charger. I don't know if they said that they were going to come back in a specific amount of time, but they came back for that charger. She didn't answer. So they used an emergency key to get into that room, and they heard a thud, and it was her body. They said that what happened was after they gave her the charger, they said he went to like room 24, 25, 26. I'm assuming this villa, that villa, and circle back to her to get the charger. But that leaves me with more questions. With more questions than answers. Because what made you think that it was an emergency to force yourself in there after you didn't get a response? Right? You didn't go to the front desk and say, hey, call her and see what's going on. You knocked to get your charger. She didn't answer, and you used an emergency key to just go in there. They didn't say this was housekeeping, and I could be wrong. I didn't hear housekeeping. So, what gives you the authority to do that? What made you think that it was an emergency? And if you thought it was an emergency, why didn't you contact the proper authorities or even the front desk to come down there with you if this wasn't a villa that you were servicing? But hey, now one other important piece of information once I heard this that I realized I did not put in my last video is she contacted her people. Between that 3 hours of unaccounted for time, after they got into it, she called her people and let them know that they got into it. She did that. So did she need this charger to charge her phone to do that? Did her phone just happen to die after she did that? Like, what was the timeline between the speaking to the family and getting the charger? What came first, right? So again, I have more questions and answers now that we got this information. And I am going to excerpt the article from the States right here. I'm gonna see if I can find a video again and screen record the actual video from the press release from Tanzania of them speaking in the language of the caption. I gotta go back and see if I can find it. I just kind of came through it. I saw it. It made me do more digging to see if I could find something else on it. You know, you got to find another source or two to back that, right? This shit's getting wilder. I got more questions.
I think we all got more questions. So with that being said, I don't know, man. It's looking like, Joe, you need to go to jail, brother. I don't know what else to say about this story other than it's just sad and unfortunate. You just got to be careful of the company you keep. You got to be careful who you got around you. Always stay aware. And money is not everything, right? Right. So yeah, that's the information for today as far as this case is concerned. So basically, the FBI possibly is getting involved in this. And if they do pick the case up, I feel like he definitely will end up getting charged because I'm pretty sure that they're going to be able to piece this together bit by bit, piece by piece. And they're going to be able to arrest him and charge him and convict him for plotting and planning this girl's unalive and pinning it on her and saying she did it to herself. Never okay. That's never okay and it never should fly. So let's keep this a big buck, Ratchet Gang. I want y'all to do me a favor. When this video ends, I want everybody to get into the comment section. Also, go hype the video up, but then get into the comment section and let me know, did Joe do this? Do y'all want a part 3 to this story? Should we do a part 3 to this story? And do you want to see Joe locked up for what he did to Ashlee? Let me know in the comment section when this ends. Also, let me know in the chat right now. What y'all thinking, man? Y'all want to continue this story? Because I seen the last video we did, it was doing solid numbers on, especially for this type of case. So let's keep it a buck. We're gonna give y'all all the breaking news that comes out of all of the cases we cover, especially this one and others. So if you like the content, make sure you like the video, comment on the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hype the video. Make sure you send me some support if you want to via Cash App, $Ratchet TV, or send a super chat, super sticker. I appreciate all that. Hold on. All right. So with that being said, I'm getting ready to get the hell up off here. I gotta get this Kanika video done as well. I got a Kanika video coming up later on today. So make sure you got your notification bell turned on to all notifications. As always, thank you to my moderators. I appreciate y'all. Salute to the green team. I appreciate y'all. I want to say I love each and every one of y'all more than y'all would ever know. Trust me and believe me, it's way more than you would ever think I did. So I want to say thank you to all my people out there in the chat, to our Ratchet Gang family. I love you all. And I'll see y'all later on when we do this Kanika video. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about today's content. Let me know if you think Joe did it or did he not do it. As always, this your boy Big Ratchet. That's Ratchet Gang. And this is Ratchet TV. And as far as me, I'm finna get the hell up off here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day until we get that Kanika video up. Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say, man. Salute to the gang. Salute to the gang. Salute to the mother effing gang. I'm gone, man. Hold on. Yeah, I'm really. I clicked the wrong button. I'm really gone this time. Bye.